How y'all doing? How's everybody doing this fine? Incredibly hot Texas.
Incredibly hot. So we're going to fire in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, warm up a little bit.
Just to warm up.
Yeah, we're gonna get the fireplace going.
How was everybody's week? And if
Howdy.
if the audio is a little quiet, we can always move the camera closer.
Can you hear us good? Can you hear us good?
How's the audio?
Do you need the mics now?
No, we don't need that. We don't need the mics.
Mics now.
No.
Well, you can't anyway because
Well, because I'm plugged
it's plugged in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it crooked?
It's a little crooked.
Looks a little crooked there.
Fix it, Matt.
We can.
No, not that part's crooked. I think it's crooked.
Oh,
this
actually,
way. What's that? The yaw or the pitch?
He's always been crooked.
I'm crooked.
that might be a little bit better. There you go.
The yaw or the pitch?
That should be better.
What's everybody doing?
All right. So we're gonna do like a
What are we doing?
a
we doing Mall?
a weekend review.
Okay, so
we'll review all.
It's kind of like a 2-weekend review because we
Okay.
didn't go live last weekend,
Yeah,
Okay.
last week.
and we
was
can
crazy.
talk about what we were doing last weekend, and everything like that.
a little bit, a smidgen.
Uh,
Only,
little
only
bit.
small portions.
Only
of it.
small portions of it, of course.
We
But
gotta save some surprises for
yeah,
y'all.
exactly.
We can't tell you everything. You would never be surprised.
Yeah, wouldn't it be exciting?
We do have some things in the works, guys. We have some things in the works,
There you go. There's all your videos from last week.
and that would these things,
Sure.
these said things would really change a lot on the homestead. So.
I don't know why this isn't updating. I just saw people commenting and this isn't. Oh, there.
There you go.
So we're gonna keep it, keep it quiet for right now. Sorry, we're not trying to keep you out of the loop, but we really don't know.
Yeah,
Things
we're
could
working.
go all different directions, so we don't really want to say something.
They already have gone all different
They
directions.
keep going all different directions, but if you hang tight with
Yeah.
us, there's gonna be some, Lord willing, there's gonna be some different things going on. But
Carlos.
we have no idea of the time constraints.
Here we go.
or
Everybody's coming in.
anything like that, but it is hot out there, y'all. Anybody here who's from Texas?
She's a little toasty out
103 in
there.
Dallas. Ay, ay,
Yeah,
ay.
it's getting hot. It's warming up.
It's
warming
getting
up.
hot.
So we still got July and August to get
Yep.
through.
Yeah, it's just gonna be this week, and it'll cool back down. It'll be a nice, cool 90 degrees.
Hey, 90's way better than 100.
Nuggets been enjoying.
Tomorrow's gonna hit 100. I don't think it hit 100 here today. It might have.
Yeah. Maybe for only like an hour, 30 minutes.
Nuggets been enjoying swimming in the pool, in the back deck. Huh, Nugget? She
We
likes
got
to-
a little
she likes to float.
1,000-gallon inflatable pool for the kiddos,
And it's been great.
and it's been glorious.
Yeah, it keeps them busy.
It
Gives
was
them something to do.
$80, and I saw one
It's
for
worth about $80.
I saw one for $50, and they're great, guys. I recommend them highly. If you have little kids or grandkids or whatever, get them a little gift. Give them one of these pools. It will give you hours and hours of
Self-respect.
just amusement, and they're just like they're loving it. They're loving
Well,
it.
113 in Phoenix, that's like surface of the sun.
That's why I don't. That's why we don't live in Phoenix. That's a little too hot.
Ooh.
That's a dry heat, though. It's different than
It's a dry heat.
It's different than an East Texas heat.
Yeah.
That's what they say, right?
That's what they say.
That's what they say. So, so when it's 115, it really just feels like a cool 100 degrees.
Yeah. So last weekend we were working here on the farm, and I did post that video. And we were clearing. I cleared a big old. It was about 200-foot long trail through the woods, through the thicket, with a mini excavator, brand new mini excavator. Sadly not mine, but I wouldn't be doing it if it was mine. But anyway, it had a thumb on it, and I cleared a big old trail through the fence and through the big old fence line, through the brush and everything. And hopefully this week we'll get some time and we'll be able to run the rest of the fence on that side of the
Yes.
property.
That's gonna be a huge goal
Mhm.
net when we get it all fenced
Oh, yeah.
totally in. That's just gonna be like so awesome. So What else? We got hay coming this week over at
really?
at the ranch
Okay.
property.
I didn't know that.
Getting the rest of our hay delivered. So that's just going to be a blessing. We'll have all the winter hay put away. And been doing a lot in the garden, guys. We got an epic fail video coming for you this coming week. It's going to be a monstrosity of a failure in the garden, and I know y'all will all enjoy watching our failures, so and learn from them.
Yeah.
We did learn from it, but it's a fail. Just one vegetable fail, but it was a fail. There is a grasshopper.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, one of those green ones that can climb walls. Like,
yeah.
snatch the pebble from my hand. Grasshopper.
James, get that grasshopper.
How's he supposed to get it? Oh boy.
He's James. He can do anything.
Oh,
he's
he's
over
right
there.
in front of you. What are you doing? What are
He's
you
on
doing?
that side of you.
Yeah, he flew right around your head and jumped back to the wall.
Ah,
He's
never
a
mind.
flying
He's
grasshopper.
good
You're
game.
gonna have to get a fly swatter.
James almost tall enough just to grab him.
Prep for Eternity said, any advice for us that have just started building their homestead regarding fruit trees? Yeah. It's called a caddy
Do's and
I thought it was
do's
called a
and
caddy
don'ts.
don't. The do's and don'ts is what are the living bricks out of the thing.
Yep.
You better keep it
And
wide.
what we did, if you watch our food forest video too, we talked a little bit about that, but we didn't really have any game plan with our food forests. We have four food forests on the whole property. We have a north, south, east, and west food forests. We kind of try out different methods with each one. Our back food forest is one of our best methods that we've implied back there. And what we did is we had our gray water that goes out there, and we dug little canals, and everything gets watered by the canals, pretty much everything. So we just planted along the canals and everything like that. And
You could fill them with water. If you
Yeah.
have well water.
yeah, you could always use a hose and fill them up like that too.
Yeah.
But mainly water, especially in Texas, because I've seen a lot of people plant, just go out and buy a lot of trees, plant them in the middle of a field, and then just water them a little bit every once in a while, and those trees are just stunted and won't do anything. So
Water, mulch.
water mulch. The other thing is too is if you can get chickens or ducks or some type of animal that won't kill the trees in there, it's different. It's very difficult if your trees are very small, like little baby
Yeah,
trees.
that's
That's a different story. But if you have like yearlings or if they're like 2 years old or so, it's easier. But we fenced in our whole back food forest, and we run the ducks and the chicken. Well, just the ducks. We learned that the Muscovy ducks, they can't perch in the trees. They do eat a couple. They do eat fruit, so we learned that. So we actually take them out when fruit is on the trees and everything like that, and then during the winter and the fall months when there's no fruit on the trees, we move them back in there, because they decimate all of the grass, so that's way less pressure on your trees. I think a lot of people, David the Good talks about that a lot too, is the pressure from the grass on your trees. If you can eliminate that or get that grass pressure away from the trees by mulching it really, really good.
Okay.
You know, it helps out the trees tremendously, just from a water perspective and a nutritional perspective of all the minerals that the grass is just sucking up, you know.
So let's just let's just go kind of in order then. What do you think, like from the last, you got my phone? I'm gonna go
He has it right there.
Right there. Well, the last video was the battle box review video.
Yeah, but the first one
Yeah,
that
we
we
were gonna
posted
go.
2 weeks
Do you
ago.
want me to go
Posted
grab
2
it?
weeks ago
Yeah.
is
That'll be
I'm gonna
my.
go.
I
That's-
posted
is that
gate
the-
latch
is it the gate latch one?
or the monkeypox. We didn't talk about monkeypox.
Monkeypox. I think it was this
Yeah, so the first video 2 weeks ago was the gate latch video. Just kind of felt like I wanted to make a video on the gate latches, and a lot of people watched it and they were like, absolutely, they use them and everything like that, and I absolutely love those gate latches. So the next video was a prepper garden video, some pros and cons.
Propagating.
So,
I'm loving my garden, guys. I'm just loving doing the videos for you, bringing you all along with it. And what year before, we've gardened for a few years now.
Yeah.
What year has there been that I've been out in the garden, like mid-June, how we are now, and I'm like still enjoying it.
Yeah.
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 I
mean,
think
it's
Texas
hard work.
Mom generally has a better attitude.
I do have a better
I think
attitude. We should
she's
do
been
a
working
video.
hard on her attitude. She's
Oh.
greatly improved her attitude.
Just
She enjoys
all
it too
around,
much.
or
She's
just-
out
Yeah,
there
in
till,
general,
like,
not in the
10
garden,
o'clock.
but just in general. I think you have a great attitude.
She likes it too much because
That's so nice.
She
she
is.
stays
She's
out
slightly
there till like
addicted to
10
it.
o'clock. And
10, 11 o'clock
Wow.
at night.
Well, and I tell her when she goes out, I was like, don't stay out till 10 o'clock.
Well, I have
she
to.
comes back at 9:59.
My favorite time to be in the garden is early in the morning or later in the evening, because that's just when it's cooler and you can just get more done with a whole lot less effort.
Yo, Mark Edwards.
Um, so yes, you will see lots more of the garden videos because I really, really am enjoying it and just enjoying bringing you guys along with that. And we've been harvesting. Let's just talk about the harvest this week. We brought in quite a bit of green beans,
Maters.
lots
Lots
of
of maters,
tomatoes,
yeah.
and I've just been rinsing
Cucumbers.
them off, throwing them in big gallon-sized freezer bags and throwing them in the freezer.
Yep.
Cucumbers.
Yep.
I think that's it. We've been pulling here and there some peaches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
we got lots of
trees.
peaches.
we probably got a couple dozen.
Yeah,
this
we
year.
harvested
Yeah.
one whole tree. So
We
far. We got another tree.
we got
that's
some
coming.
plums this year. They were
Yeah,
outstanding.
I think it's a native plum.
Native
I
plum.
don't know.
It was outstanding though.
Oh, and I want to do a product plug because I'm going to be posting a picture on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
So, and Texas Mom, this is how Texas Mom feeds the garden too. That's the Ivy Organics, all-purpose, all-in-one fertilizer. Check out ivyorganics.com. Put Texas10 as your promo code for 10% off Ivy Organics. But I'm going to be posting. I bought a new Turk, which is a newer variety to the States of Mulberry from Australia. I got it from Trees of Joy, Boss Salmon at Trees of Joy. And it's not that many people have this variety just yet. But on April 23rd, I put it in a 5-gallon. It came in a 1-gallon pot. No, it came in a quart pot, and I put it in a 5-gallon bucket, and I fertilized it, and it was about 8 inches tall, and it's over 3 feet tall now. And that was April 23rd. So I'm gonna post an updated picture on Insta.
Okay.
But all I did was water it and use the all-purpose fertilizer.
Yeah, and I definitely used the all-purpose fertilizer when I got my garden started this year, and I didn't have fertilizer going, but now I've been doing the continuous brew with the different brassicas and just making my own liquid compost tea, and it's just been really good that too. But I'm gonna get that bag and take it out there because my corn needs everything it can get.
Yep.
Jaggy.
Me
Let's
and
see what's next on the video.
I was doing a lot of sawmilling this week.
We had 2
I did
food
several.
source videos.
Logs this week. So I was milling up some more boards for the shop. The other video that we did too was the shop video.
Yeah.
James can do that
the
one.
Yeah,
off-grid
go ahead.
power shop video. So, in that video, we were hooking up the lights for the shop, and we hooked that same video where I hooked up the power for the
Yeah, you did all the
generator.
power too.
So that's also me installing all the electricity and power to the shop that hooks up to our generator system. So I'm still working on finishing up that. Lights are almost done. I still have that other row to put up. And then also I need to get a generator shed built out there. That way the generator will be out of the weather and a little bit more soundproof and a little quieter. And then I just had to finish working on the shop. We had to we got to mill up a couple more boards. I think it's like 25 or something. More 1x12s for the boards for the floor in the shop, and that's like 1x12. So I still need about 20 more of them, and we'll finish the floor.
Yep.
We have 3/4 of the siding done. Got to get that finished. I put in 2 windows so far.
Yep.
Have 4 more. Have to get 2 more. So, just stuff like that.
And the other thing that you were doing too is you picked out the paint color.
Yep, picked out the paint color.
What's the paint color?
Cyberspace gray. Sure, the one.
Cyberman.
Oh.
Cyberspace,
Am I gonna
bro.
want it for my
Aliens,
house?
bro.
Star Wars.
Oh, I might want it for my house.
Aliens, bro.
So,
And that'll
yeah.
go with the cedar trim and cedar
Shutters.
shutters
Ah,
for
sure.
the shop.
So are you gonna have legit working shutters, or you're
No.
gonna go faux?
Just decorate.
Fake.
Fake shutters on the shop.
Hey.
Yeah, it
Oh,
makes it look
that's
really
so-
cool. Have
Hey,
you seen it?
and if
The-
I-
Yeah.
because
It does
the cedar
look good.
contrasts to gray really
Oh, you're doing
nice.
cheaters. Oh, you're gonna.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, we're
I
gonna-
thought you
not
meant.
gonna-
I thought you meant plastic.
No,
Oh.
no. We're gonna go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No,
we're
just like 4
Sweet.
cedar boards and
Yeah,
cedar
yeah.
cross.
gonna- yeah.
So Mark wanted to know, when did the windows go in? So are you gonna paint first and then do the windows?
Well, yeah, I put in 2, but I probably will finish painting first.
Yeah.
and then-
Roll around it.
That is classic James. He just can't, like, he's got to draw it out, add more.
Well, I wanted to
Yeah.
paint it today, but no one
It's
wanted to
gonna
take me to
look
go get
good.
paint.
Dude,
It was
stinking-
100
hot,
degrees
dog.
out. James, don't stop. But he did clean the tiny house.
Cleaned
today.
up the whole entire tiny house.
And we did, we've been doing a lot of things in the house too. Getting some things done in the house that is really coming together nice. So I'm excited about that. Maybe I'll show you some farmhouse updates here soon.
Yeah, and the other thing that me and James were thinking about too when we were researching our solar power and all that type of stuff for the shop is the other thing that we were thinking about doing was making our whole entire tiny house solar powered as well. So, and that would be very easy to do, right?
We're looking for a solar sponsor.
Solar sponsored.
It'd be very easy. It doesn't mean it's very cheap.
No,
We reached out to Opez to see if we can get the 1800 watt generator.
the 1800 watt generator, it'll be good, but that is not going to run a tiny house or a shop. It will run LED lights
It'll run the lighting, yeah.
easily.
A lot of light.
Mark
go
wants
ahead.
to know, does the tiny house get messy?
It does.
I mean,
And
We
you
Not,
live
can't-
in it.
but it doesn't get horrible.
doesn't get disgusting.
It's not
No.
disgusting. or
It's not-
anything.
no.
Not
It's just-
trifle.
we
We're
try
not-
to clean it like once a
No,
week.
yeah,
It's
They
not.
clean it once a month whether they
It's
need to or
not
not.
allowed to be too messy, but
it's not allowed. But we're like, we normally don't really. Eventually, once it just starts to get a little too messy, then we're just like, okay, we'll just all
Just
pitch in.
clean it.
It takes like 20 minutes to clean
Yeah.
the whole thing
Yeah.
from like top to bottom, and then it's just done. So,
Yeah.
and we try that proactively throughout the week. Once in a while, vacuum or
Lone Star says he's got solar in his shed, Tony.
really awesome.
Yeah, and solar in the winter is incredibly easy in the tiny house because literally it just lights because you're gonna be
tell
running
them,
a fireplace.
Tell them about maybe anybody else
yeah.
that has a shed. Tell them what type of cooling unit we have now, and then what we're thinking about upgrading.
Okay, so right now we have 8,000 BTU Tobash, I think. Just normal window unit. It's smart, whatever that means. It's
Toshiba, yeah.
Toshiba or however you say it.
Mhm.
Some Chinese company. Home Depot.
Japanese.
I think Toshiba's Japanese.
It's made in China.
Well, everything's made in China.
Oh yeah.
It's a Japanese.
Well, that means it's a Chinese company. So
We're all global citizens. Hello, citizens of the globe.
so right
It's
now.
our company. It's stakeholder capitalism.
Okay.
It's
okay.
all ours.
Okay. Okay.
So right now we only run that at night to keep it cold. It does a decent job. If we wanted it to actually keep the whole tiny house cold, we'd have to run it 24/7, which is we don't do that because. But right now, since it's gotten so hot, we usually turn it on like afternoon, and by nighttime it's nice and cool.
Yeah, because and it's just that little AC unit is not efficient.
No, it's
whatsoever.
not. It's not efficient.
It does the job barely right now, but yeah, the hotter it gets, it just needs that much longer to cool
And
it
I
down.
think the coolant and compressor is kind of getting weaker and weaker.
So-
Since you put the new windows in, have you noticed the difference?
Oh,
Like,
oh,
massive
yeah.
Oh my
difference.
goodness.
Those other windows were terrible.
Yeah.
Those
They-
other windows would like
single pane trap,
water
yeah,
would
shed
just,
windows,
like,
yeah.
fall.
Water would come in
So
and everything.
what are you moving towards? You started
Yeah,
this
yeah.
out by saying what you
Yeah,
want.
so
was
that's
getting there.
yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the new, so that
I'm on the edge of my seat.
that
Taking notes.
window unit uses 2,500 watts and it uses 15 amps.
Mommy's in the shadow.
So the new window unit that I'm going to be putting in is called an Air U window unit. It was actually a Kickstarter group, and they set out to make the world's quietest and most efficient
Is out to
AC
make the
unit.
world a better place? No.
So they made a AC unit design where you've probably seen it. They
That's
mainly sell it on Amazon. It is like a normal ice unit, except for where the window is, there's a notch that goes all the way down, except about 2 inches on the bottom. So it comes with a metal bracket that you bolt into the outside to hold it up, because it doesn't get supported on the window like a normal ice unit. The window slides through behind it, all for about the 2 inches on the bottom where the airflow moves. So what that does, if you have an insulated window, what that does is it also insulates it properly without those fan things that never work, and then you try to put foam to make it insulated or whatever.
It just looks nasty.
How much does that thing cost?
$270.
Oh, wow.
It's incredibly cheap. We paid $400 for that one out there. So what it also does is puts the motor and the compressor on the outside of the window, which means the only sound you hear
is air
is the
moving.
fan moving. So it's supposed to be I think it's 30 decibels.
Which
So it's like quiet as a library is what they say. You can literally, it's quieter than your voice. It's incredibly quiet and super efficient. It only takes 1,800
So what
watts.
is this thing called again?
The Air U.
The Air U. And where can you find it?
Amazon is mainly who sells it. But pretty much everybody sells it, but Amazon is the main. It already has like 30,000 five-star reviews on Amazon. And what's awesome about it is for small windows like that, it's minimal window. It can fit in a 19-inch inside opening, and that's and they made it that size for whether you have their 8,000 BTU or their 15,000 BTU, it's still the same width. So it's incredible for small windows, because sometimes you have small windows and a very large space, and to cool that, I mean, they make window units but that could do it, but they're like huge.
Yeah.
So this is nice, so it still fits in a very small window. And
So
that's what I'm going to be upgraded to. It takes like literally
Air
half
U,
the
right?
power.
Like that,
Yeah.
like air and then the letter U.
Yes.
okay, that's super cool. That's awesome. Because you had a different air conditioner.
tell 'em
out
about
there
the other one that we
before,
did.
And it never worked out.
Yeah, we did a portable.
We still have it. It's brand
Window
spanking new in there. But it was just beyond
Yeah.
flawed. So
Yeah.
tell 'em.
So, it's portable units are supposed to be like amazing, supposedly, but they're not really all they say they are. So first off,
Good marketing.
the collapsible hose thing that you use to duct out the hot air works, but you have about 5 feet of hose that you're running about 200-degree air through. Well,
That's not insulated.
that's not insulated, so
And that's in your
you
house.
can literally, that's inside, so you can literally feel the crazy amount
And
of heat
it's
coming off
it's
of that.
sucking air in, and it doesn't have a.
It doesn't have air intake from the outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's making a crazy
You're pressurizing
vacuum.
the house.
Okay.
And
Yes.
with our tiny house, it's all spray foamed. So when you would go to open up the front door, it would just be like a vacuum chamber. Literally
Yes.
living in a vacuum chamber. So, go ahead.
So,
It was.
yeah, it didn't cool efficiently at all. It was 14,000 BTUs, and it cooled about half as good as the 8,000 BTU window unit.
Because what was happening is it was making such.
Heating.
It was sucking. it was making it so
It was
high
making
pressure in
such
there.
a good suction that
It was
before-
actually sucking hot
Before
air
we had
in.
those nice windows, it was just sucking hot
You
air
could
in
hear the
through
air.
the cracks in the doors
Yeah,
and the
you
windows.
could hear the
so
air
it was,
coming in.
And anytime it would actually kind of pop the door open and just suck hot air in. So anytime you would open up the door when it was on, it would just blast it all in, and you would never get cool. And because the humidity is so high around here, even when constantly running the dehumidifier, which also heats up a little bit, even though if you're constantly running that, it would still get so much water that I eventually had to run a drain hose, drain it out, because it's a pain in the butt to try to drain it out manually. And doing that, it ended up just running it. We ran it for like one day, like full, just to try to cool it off in there, because it was like 90 degrees. And the whole thing iced over and froze up. And then it melted and got all over the
That
floor.
was expensive.
Yeah, it was
for-
$600.
Yes.
Yeah. So not.
Yeah.
And then why?
And it was made by what? What's it made by? It's made by...
A bigger company.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have basically like an off-grid cabin.
Eventually, that's our game
Eventually.
plan. Yeah, that will be 100% off grid.
That's really cool. Super cool.
Yep.
So let's go on to the next. What was the
Video.
next video that we did? So you did a couple food forest tours,
Videos. Yeah. Yep.
which was really awesome to update everybody.
Yep, we did that.
Oh, wait.
What are you
I'm
talking
sorry. Wait, I just got
Hold on a
confused.
second.
Uh-oh.
It's not called the Air U. I was thinking of something else. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
It's called the Meaty U. It's like meat. It's like MIDEU. It's called like Media U, and that's
Like
not, sorry,
media?
not like media, but it's spelled like
M-I-D-I-M-E.
it's like MEDIE and then U.
And then a capital U?
Yeah.
Meaty U.
Yeah, Meaty U. Sorry, Air
How
U.
could you
Air
mess that
U
up?
is some sort of
Let me see if I can
Air
find
U
it.
is where you go on the trampolines and you jump and bounce around.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Air U is was some sort of dehumidifier name or something.
Oh.
Okay. Air U would have made sense. Meaty U.
Medio.
Meaty U.
Me do you.
I'm still not finding Mediu.
Meaty U.
Just go on Amazon and pop straight up.
Go on Amazon.
Yeah.
So.
Mediu.
I forgot.
Mediu.
Yeah, it's not Air U. Air U is like a common name that they would actually
I've been
think it would
baking.
be called.
In other news, I've been baking all day.
Yep.
I
What have you been
made
baking?
cookies. I made oatmeal cookies
Yummy.
today. And I made a loaf of bread. That
Oh,
will
really?
be good for tomorrow morning for our morning breakfast. And
Type it up.
I
on
also
the-
made a big pot.
I don't know. Go.
I try to do it in the
do it
Instant
on
Pot.
Amazon.
It never quite turns out like I want it to turn out when I try it in the Instant Pot.
Software.
But I tried to do rice pudding in the Instant Pot, and
Type it up on.
I did it one time successfully. But I have not been able to do that again. So I ended up just putting it on the slow cook mode and then just stirred it kind of on and off all afternoon, and it did its thing, but it wasn't, there was no benefit really then of using
It's
the
another
Instapot, because I mean, I guess it didn't burn like it maybe could
Not
have on the
medium.
stove. But anyway, rice
Not
pudding.
medium.
Rice pudding is a
It's a
really
medium.
great
U is separate.
way to use your prep. So yeah, we have definitely been using up our pantry.
Media Air?
It's called. Pretty sure it's called.
We'll find
Wait,
it and
wait,
we'll post it. Oh,
It should pop up.
Me-
There it is. U-shaped. Oh, it's just
Mid-
called
mid-
Meta. I
So-
thought it was called Meta U.
M-I-D.
Medea!
Medea.
I said Medea!
Man,
So-
I thought it was
okay,
called
sorry, y'all.
Medea U, but that's
Medea.
it's not.
How do you spell it? That's not how you spell it.
It just changed. It's because of auto crackhead correct. These cyber
Now
scum.
A. Now A.
It's
Cyber scum.
Hey, but it's not. It's M-I.
Yeah, it was like
It's
Oh, yeah.
M.I..
It's Medea. That's what I said. It's that autocorrect trash. Watch it change.
There it
Ugh.
there's Medea.
Mmm.
Medea.
Yeah,
Medea.
so it was.
Thinking
It's
autocorrect.
Medea, and then it said U-shaped air
They're messing
conditioner.
with it.
So I
They're
just
doing
thought
it.
it was Medea U. Huh. Okay. That's funny. I read
That's the one.
Nelson.
So,
Nelson.
oh boy, guys, we're tired.
We got a lot of
so busy.
OGs on here. We got
I
Jackie
know.
Thistle, Nelson, Lone Star, Mark Edwards. Chris Ovard is a newer OG. But then we got Lisa Clark.
Oh,
We got-
Carlos.
we're putting the band back together, y'all.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, what was the next video? Let's keep talking.
There was
here.
2 food fasts, and then there was
Then
2 Texas Mom videos, and then the battle box.
Oh, the battle box.
the battle box video is super fun to do.
The battle box are always legit.
It's always legit.
They always have like
Super cool stuff.
and Mr. Solus,
Dude.
Oh boy.
super OG.
Yeah.
All we need is meat chickens.
They love
Yeah.
they love getting the battle boxes
Yeah.
in the mail.
I was very skeptical of the water filter bottle filtering out the blue Pondeye.
I was really skeptical when I watched it.
Chris
Yeah.
asked him this morning. He's like, "How's your stomach?"
Now we all woke
Fine.
up perfectly fine.
I,
Junior was there. Junior chugged a lot of that pond
oh
water,
my soul.
and he was perfectly fine. No side effects.
I don't know
Oh
where Buddy
my.
is. Buddy's
Oh, he's
Buddy-
working on his.
Don't say it. Don't say it. You'll see it. It's
Okay.
a huge buddy project, and
It's
coming.
something actually useful.
It's very useful, and
When
he's,
Very-
it's first useful.
Very
Hey.
practical.
he's
It's
making.
practical.
He's
Greasy grandma, go.
She is grumpy.
Go
Did you hear
sleep
her
on the
growl?
floor.
yeah.
Because he woke her up.
Go
Mhm.
sleep by yourself, you
She
crusty
was-
old lady.
Buddy's
Yeah,
buddy.
meanie. Look at her.
Buddy's finishing up my longhorn
Hide.
hide. Let's
I
go.
thought we weren't supposed to tell anybody.
What? No.
No,
he's
that's
been
not
showing
it.
He's
No,
been
no,
It's
no.
other.
It's the other project.
Oh, there's a
today.
big
other
giant
That
project out there.
involves.
Don't say it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's
one.
big.
Forgot about
It's
Bigly.
huge. It's
Huge.
Big. It's big.
Massive dumps from the WikiLeaks.
No. We've been watching lots of documentaries,
Lots of documentaries.
and they're really
And we
good.
can't even mention the one documentary because we'll probably have to say goodbye to all of y'all for
Yeah.
Foreverland. And yeah, we'll perpetually be
We have
blocked.
to do a video.
We're gonna do some Odyssey Rumble videos where we can maybe discuss those topics.
Yeah.
Our favorite documentaries that we've been
Yeah,
watching.
because we have to, we live in a bizarro world.
Only if we all in secret code
You
all
can't-
say the word of the name of it.
And you can't
in
have
code.
and you can't have an opinion, and you can't disagree with anybody anymore.
Yeah, it's okay.
It
We'll have-
evolves-
It's not okay.
No,
It
I'm
involves
saying- I was
women,
talking-
and it's a documentary about it. And I
It was
don't know.
very.
It's very
interesting.
good.
It was very interesting.
Mhm. So yeah, we'll have to make a video. Just
Maybe people will catch
And
on.
one of the super cool things about the way they've kind of disrupted the internet,
Yeah.
is that a lot of these cool documentaries that you used to have to pay for, you can now go onto a free free speech platform, and some anarchist has
Yeah.
uploaded them. So
Yeah, it's super
that's
cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see.
What is it?
we'll have to do a video over on Odyssey, and then you guys just have to. And we have a bunch of documentaries that we've been watching. It's what we do for fun.
That's what we do for
Yeah,
fun.
it's what we do for fun. And there's the new
We
Dude,
watch
I love my life.
documentaries and we drink coffee.
And we drink coffee. That's what we do for fun.
for fun.
I wish I could tell you guys.
Hi, Texas fam. Do you have lots of snakes on your farm?
Yes.
Not lots. Stop
Yes.
it.
Just
How do you
100
deal with them?
Uh-oh. Lone Star guessed it. Lone Star guessed the one documentary.
Ah.
Lone Star's allowed to say it. We're not. So there
Yeah,
you
Lone
go.
Star is allowed to say it.
Okay,
you can-
so take what Lone Star just said. Okay, that's the title
And
of
just
it.
so you know, type that into Odyssey and you can watch it for free.
You
don't
can
have to
watch
pay
it for free. It's an hour and a half or
And
so.
Jack Spearco, I know, is one of the ones that uploaded
Yep.
it on there.
Yep, that's the name of it.
That's one.
And then there's another one on there that Framing the World did. It's going to be a 5-part series, and it's InfoWars is producing it, and you can watch that for free on Odyssey as well.
Yeah, Odyssey's super cool.
Pretty good.
Jaggy Thistle. I separated it.
Yeah, Craig,
Yes.
if you go onto our YouTube page, I think I got oh no, it's this tag. I thought I had a bug crawl.
Tell me about it. I didn't cut
Yeah.
this tag off, and I keep thinking it's a bug
Yeah.
too.
If you go on our YouTube page, you'll see a little link for Odyssey there. When over there in the upper right, there's like subscribe and all that stuff. You'll see a little Odyssey. It's like a, I think it's like a purple little astronaut looking dude.
Yeah. Yeah, Casey Davis. This documentary, what we've been talking about, is not lame. It's real deal stuff.
And Chris says that's an add-on because it's a Daily Wire thing.
No,
So
it's kind of like a scary movie, and you'll have nightmares probably.
it is definitely a
for-
scary, and why it's more scary for us
Yeah.
is friends and families that live in these more northern type places
Yeah.
where it's more of
Normal.
very much
Very
normal.
normal.
The new normal. Hey y'all, since the whole Rona deal, moderately insane people have become totally insane. I'm just saying. And then those people that weren't insane and that were marginal or they're right on the tipping point, they're kind of insane.
Yeah.
I deal with a lot of people and work in the public, and kind of normal people are losing their marbles.
Literally. Quite literally.
You get every notification from Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody I'm subscribed to every time they.
Yeah. So it's free over there too.
Yeah.
To watch. So anyway, we got.
Just unique.
Let's do a ranch update because there's things that have gone on over at the ranch. I don't know how much you talked about the clearing out.
I think I guess there's new people. We cleared out. We had a logger guy come in. He cleared roughly 7 acres of woods. My whole reasoning behind clearing it out was I wanted to. There's about 25 acres there, and I would love to have a herd of longhorns, about a 20 head herd of longhorns, and on roughly around 14 acres of grazable land. That's just really not possible. I at least wanted an acre per cow or a little bit more than that. So, and it was going to cost a lot of money if I wanted to go in there with my own equipment and clear it out and everything like that. And the place had already been logged before, probably a decade ago or more. And a lot of it's been pasture. It's all beautiful pasture now, but there's about 7 acres that hadn't been cleared in about 10 years or so. So it was all gum, trashy old gum. So anyway, logger guy contacted us, and he showed us a couple other places that he did, and he does a pretty good job. I mean, it's a bull in a china shop type of deal. It can't be perfect. They're not out there picking up every stick and throwing it in a brush pile, but it's very good. I've seen really, really bad stuff. What those logger guys will actually do, but they did a pretty stinking good job. So anyway, they did a
great job.
They did.
So anyway, yeah. So now we got pretty much 25 acres over there now, soon to be all 100% grazable pasture. It'll probably take a good 3 years or so, or 4 years of seeding and brush hogging the brush back down when it pops up and stuff like that, and burning the the brush piles away and stuff. And the other thing is we didn't have to pay him to come and do that. He actually paid us to come and do that. For junky old gum, we got more per ton than pine. We got $25 a ton for gum, and I think we got $7 or $8 for a ton
Pulpwood.
for pine. So I think I might want to just start growing some gum trees, aka just don't maintain a property and then just let them come in and clear cut it. That's all you would have to do.
Yeah, gum is indestructible too.
So pretty crazy.
Buddy has mastered roping. Buddy is a master.
Yeah, it's quite crazy how well he's just able to do that and hyper focus on something and learn it. So I can try to run away from him, or if I try to run as fast as I can in front of him, he can still rope me no matter what. We were over at some friends of ours at their house. It was a 200-acre ranch and everything. And Buddy brought some ropes and stuff. And it wasn't even planned, but we were about to leave or whatever. And we're like, you want to go? They had some longhorns. And we're like, you want to go, like, tip some cows or whatever? And they're like, yeah, sure. So we went out there and we picked, like, a yearling or two. Buddy roped it. And then we went over there and, you know, just goofed around and everything like that. So it was super fun. We did it to a couple cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah, so they've been getting some help with that skill, with the cowboy skills, from friends that we have that live a little bit away.
Yeah, quite a ways. Yeah.
But they like to go over there, and then they help them with the roping on the horseback and doing all that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. Great life skills.
Yeah.
Life skills.
Yeah.
You gotta develop life skills, y'all.
Yeah.
It's life or death skills, y'all.
So I know somebody had a question
What
this
is it?
week about, does this exist? A solar generator that could run
Are you gonna say it?
all of our freezers.
Oh.
Is anything that's solar not a scam? No.
Yeah, I'm not sure that a solar generator that could run all of the freezers.
I mean, a power wall, but you know. Just,
Wait, what are you saying? That won't power all these freezers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, easy.
Oh yeah, easy.
Easy.
What?
All day.
Easy.
What?
All
What is
day.
it?
EcoFlow.
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 All day
Easy.
long.
Oh,
Yeah.
Even if you had to have in a perfect world
okay.
a separate unit just for them,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
could do that too. You could have
Yeah,
your one
and-
house unit, and then you could have a
Yeah.
additional if you really wanted to,
Okay.
or if it was just a little,
flow, if you're listening.
you know, hint.
So,
Anyway.
so we'd have one.
Not saying it would be cheap,
No.
but you
No.
can easily do it.
But yeah,
Well,
you
how
can do
much?
it.
How much are we talking? What is
Okay.
it?
$3,400.
No, not for this whole house system.
No.
No, it's way more than that.
No, it's about
I
20
thought you
grand
meant-
for a
I
whole
thought you
house.
meant
No,
to
she's
run.
talking about the running everything.
Oh,
in the
just
freezer
running
for
just
whole
the
house.
freezers?
The freezers.
That's it? Just the freezers?
We would have to do some math on it and see how many watts each one draws.
Well, you can get a 9 kW system for. You can get 9 kW system for what? $7,000, and that would probably run it all. That's one big generator with 2 extensions.
2 extensions.
That would probably run it all. Now, you might need to get a couple extra because in case you ever get like back-to-back cloudy days where it can't bring in as much solar.
But that would be legit if you could get all 5 or whatever.
Well, that's the most important thing to
Well,
run off of solar.
Yeah, if you have
the
your-
power goes
Yeah, if you
out.
have your freezers go
Yeah.
out.
That's a lot of
That
if-
makes sense.
We can
if the-
cope with everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if the power goes out, and the other thing that if
True.
we even like rolling brownouts or anything like that, we're talking about that, and like the pantry, right? So
Okay.
having like a window unit or something in the pantry that you could turn on and close up the pantry and at least keep all of your
Oh, like an EcoFlow
Drop-
wave?
maybe
Not joking.
like just keep the stuff cool in there.
Yeah.
That's what I need to talk about. That's what I gotta figure out.
Well, you want to just keep it cool. You would want to just power the batteries.
What do you have to keep it? Why do you have to keep it cool?
If the power goes out, she's saying to keep the pantry cool.
Oh,
the
you have to keep
pantry.
it cold to keep everything good.
Yeah, just because like the rice and all the dry goods.
Well, for
you
that
don't
same
want
price,
it to
that
be-
for that price, you would just want to go ahead and have
You
your
would do the
unit.
whole house.
No, not the whole house, but you just get the unit for that. You would pay a little bit extra and get the whole unit, so you can just run that unit.
So I could just move my pantry out to the
Mhm.
shop and then have all the freezers and the pantry in one big space, like
Oh
sectioned off
Whoa.
space.
No,
and
why
then,
would you do that?
no, please don't do that.
Oh,
No, I'm just joking. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't
I'm
really.
saying if that's more efficient, like we could build a wall.
How's that
No.
going to be more efficient?
We could build a wall.
Let's get back to the
I'm sorry.
All you'd have to.
live stream.
What
Yeah.
you would do is you would build.
No brainstorming right
You
now.
would get a-
Right.
You just get a big enough solar system for the whole house, and then it would just run
There it
everything,
was,
just like it is now.
Medea.
Do you guys have a root cellar? No, we don't.
No.
We in Texas, they don't believe in digging holes in the ground here. For
No,
some
it
reason,
doesn't
I don't
work.
know why.
Even though there is a root cellar right over there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, on that property over there. Yeah.
Check that out.
It could have
We
been.
could dig
It
a
was-
tunnel.
It's so
Probably a
old.
bomb
It's
shelter.
so old.
We could
It's
dig a
so
tunnel.
old.
to
It's
their
like
root cellar.
100 years
It's
old
like
or
stacked
something.
stone.
Buddy could
Stacked
build
stones,
that style root cellar in an afternoon.
But technically, we do have a cellar, underground cellar that we dug with the Mini X, and it's about 6 feet deep.
Okay, let's not talk about that.
But anyway, yeah, it's an undisclosed location. And, yeah.
You did that?
And it's slowly filling in.
Don't,
that
let's
was
not.
that was
a long time ago, yeah.
I thought you meant just.
No, not just recently. No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right. Is there anything? Does anybody have any questions? Please place them all capital letters.
You could supplement your solar with a bicycle generator.
I think
There you go.
Brilliant, mate.
Bicycle generator?
Oh.
Who's gonna ride the bicycle?
Somebody.
Not me.
We are not Torah keepers. We are New Testament, Bible believing, born again Christians. Busted what? What's for dinner? Great question, Carlos.
Oh, we know what's for dinner.
No, how much was left?
Enough for dinner.
What? Oh, so good, y'all.
So what we did is
Tell them what you did.
we didn't know this, but anyway, our one of our neighbors, we kept talking about we kept telling him about this magical duck that we have that tastes like beef. So Buddy, out of the kindness of his heart, goes ahead and butchers 2 ducks, one for our family and one for theirs, and he cooks it. He does everything, like cooks it perfectly, and kept flipping it every hour or whatever, and he slow cooked it for several hours straight. And then I text the guy and I was like, well, we're coming on over, and we'll be over there in a little bit or whatever, and Buddy made you something. So he's like, okay. He didn't know anything, and so we brought him over, and we're like, we brought you some duck, that magical duck. So anyway, so they didn't have to make dinner or anything that night. So and he absolutely loved it, because everybody told him that wild duck, which it probably totally does, tastes kind of muddy and wild and everything like that. But you know, this Muscovy duck tastes really, really good. It tastes like roast beef. So anyway, he comes back to drop off the big stainless steel pan that we left it in, and he's like, well, I couldn't return it empty. So he kept telling us, kind of like the duck, but he kept telling us how good he was with smoking and barbecuing up pork butts and briskets and everything like that. And you know, we kept on talking about, you know, one day just doing it. And so he brought it packed to the gills, like full of barbecue pork butt that he did. And yeah, it's literally the best I've ever had, like quite literally. So anyway, that was super cool. So that is what we are having for dinner tonight. There was enough that we were able to barbecue. There was enough to eat last night and then tonight. And let's just get this right the first time. Barbecue is meat. Barbecue is not hot dogs and burgers and you go and have a barbecue. That is not a barbecue. That's like
Barbecue
that's
is
a
a
cookout.
thing.
That is a cookout, okay? And I haven't yet.
Barbecuing isn't like
No.
a thing that you do.
Do.
It's like an actual
It's something
thing.
you consume.
Yes, it's
Yes.
something you eat. So then I've been very disappointed several times. There'll be Yankees down there and they're like, come have barbecue with us. And we're like, yo, dude, this is going to be awesome. We show up, they have like hot dogs. And like,
hot dogs and hamburgers, and like really nasty hot dogs.
I'm like,
really nasty. hamburgers to do.
where's the barbecue?
Like not even.
They're like, this is the barbecue. You're here
not
for
even
the
like
barbecue.
beef hot dogs and like quality hamburgers.
So,
like nasty Walmart.
If you
stuff.
ever come to the South and they're like, we're going to go get you some barbecue, and you're going to be like, if you're a Northerner, you're going to be like, get barbecue? What are you talking about? You can't get barbecue. That's legit stuff. You go get barbecue. It's outstanding.
Yes. So that's what you're having
Truth.
tonight.
Truth and
I didn't know
household.
that much.
So good.
So what? We hid it from Buddy so that he could.
He
what?
opened it up at like 6 o'clock this morning.
6 o'clock this morning.
He
comes
said I was
out.
gonna heat it up for everyone.
I know he would.
Nice.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
put it
yeah.
down.
He always heats it up for
The
everyone,
guy-
and then
Gets
That
like
guy-
6 pounds.
That guy won't eat any meat for like 6 months out of the year, and then dude,
Uh-huh.
he
We'll
has
get some
barbecue.
I know.
If he has any barbecue or chicken left over from dinner,
He'll
that
eat
guy is
like 10 pounds of it.
like chicken fajitas and stuff in the morning.
No,
He'll eat
I'm
like a dozen
you're
of them.
Not eating that for breakfast.
We're like, yeah,
We're like,
Slow
that's
your
enough
roll.
for dinner. Again.
he. Okay, somebody's saying he fulfilled the law as an example. No, he fulfilled the law because he was the only one that was capable of fulfilling the law. Okay, that's why he fulfilled the law. He was sent to fulfill the law. He's our propitiation. It's his righteousness. It's not our righteousness. My righteousness is filthy rags. It's the righteousness of Christ. It's the faith of Christ. It's what he did. It's his finished work. It's not a bunch of rules that I have to supposedly try to keep to make God happy. I can't keep any of them. The realization of the law to make sin exceedingly sinful is that I can't keep the law. The realization of the law is it's impossible to keep. It was written to be impossible to keep so that you would come to the conclusion that you are a miserable, wretched, rotten, worthless, nothing, and only Christ, the perfect God in the flesh, came to fulfill his law. He fulfilled it. Look up the word fulfill and you will understand the application. Christ in the Old Testament concealed what is now revealed in the New Testament. That's why I use that dirty, ugly word, New Testament, and I've read the book of Galatians and I've read the book of Hebrews, and Christ fulfilled, not as our example that we need to fulfill the law. We cannot fulfill the law. All those types of shadows were embodied in Christ as Savior. That's why we are New Testament, born-again Christians. We're not all this Torah observant or all these other sacred name or whatever. There's 15 different, Hebrew roots, whatever you want to call it. I mean, there's a reason why they say Torah. It's sophistry. There's a reason why they say Torah observant. They can't say the word law because if you read the New Testament and when it talks about the law, you wouldn't be able to reconcile it. So we have to change the words, and then we have to act like we're half Hebrew, and then, we should know what the word Torah means, and Torah means law, but we can't say law, because then when we read the New Testament, that'll kind of mess with our theology, and there's a reason why there's Orthodox theology, and there's a reason why the Hebrew roots movement, the Pharisee movement, there's a reason why there was a reinsurgence of it. It was because it's the same thing. The apostles were dealing with the Pharisees and the Judaizers in the first century. And that's why they wrote books like Galatians and Hebrews. And it's not that hard, but don't let somebody bring you back into bondage. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that you're free to do whatever you want. You have liberty in Christ and you can shake your butt and wear yoga pants. It doesn't mean that either.
Nope.
All right? We serve God. Yeah,
too.
we serve God, okay? Yep. But I don't have ribbons with blue stuff hanging off my pants, and I don't got to say words a certain way or anything like that. I love you.
And you don't have a wine belly.
Please listen to me. Yes. Please hearken unto my admonitions.
It's a big movement.
Yeah, it's
a
big.
huge movement, and it's as diverse.
It's huge.
And yeah, it's really okay. So somebody had a homeschool question down here. What farm chores would we assign to that age boy? Oh, he's 8. Oh, he's 8. Well, I have a boy who is 7.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty close there on that big Texas 7.
Yeah.
And they collect eggs. They kind of do it.
Big Tex makes oatmeal every morning.
He makes his own oatmeal in the morning. He makes his own peanut butter and honey wraps, or peanut butter and jelly wraps.
Or just honey wraps.
Or that's not good if he's doing that. What else does he do? He does a lot of his own little stuff. He cuts up cucumbers. He made himself cucumbers and peanut butter the other day for his lunch, and he makes it. Usually, if he makes it, he makes enough for his sister and for his little brother. But I don't have really like rigid assigned chores for my little ones. It's just whatever they go and enjoy doing. I'm not saying that's wrong to have assigned chores, but they just really enjoy going out and collecting the eggs, and so that's kind of their thing of what they do. Other than that, they don't really have any specific chores. They're just really little, and I don't know, I guess we're just kind of easy on them. The older boys, they don't even have assigned chores, guys. We just kind of all work together and get it done. And maybe that's like a shortcoming of mine, but I just think that it kind of works well that way. We did have assigned chores years and years ago, and I tried to keep track of everything and have checklists and all that kind of stuff, and it just kind of seems easier in a way to just kind of be like, we're all on the same team. Can somebody go and check and make sure the chickens have water? And whoever goes and checks, they got water. And I don't know. It's just a more relaxed kind of family style.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
And if 3 people check that the chickens have water, hopefully they'll have water by the time you go out there. That kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And congratulations on I think she said it was her 3rd year homeschooling. It will change over the years.
Yep.
Every year it changes.
Yep.
And
Every year.
just be flexible. The thing that you think is working and you're excited about this year will change, and you will change, and your child will change. So it's a fun adventure. And I'm so thankful for it.
Yeah.
In light of current events, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
A lot of the decisions that we made 8, 9, 10 years ago, 17 years ago, and who would have thought how debauched and demonic and insane place the world would be. Who would have thought?
Pronouns and everything, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wicked.
Pronouns and all.
Oh yeah, we forgot to state our pronouns before we started this live stream
Oh,
too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Just joking. Just joking.
See you, Craig. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Simply Jan.
Picking dewberries.
Wow, you can still pick. Well, yeah, I guess dewberries would still be.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least around here.
Our
anyway.
blackberries are going.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong.
I know. The kids brought in a whole big shirt full this morning. Big Tex had this t-shirt all filled with blackberries, and he's like, "What do you want me to do with these, Mama?" And I was like, "Just eat them."
This person literally said Christ did all he could do, and now we have to.
Huh?
I'm sorry. You really need to start in Genesis. Okay. Start in Genesis, read all the way through the Old Testament, and then read all the way through the
Christ
New
did
Testament.
all
Yeah.
he could do. What does that even mean?
Yeah, well, you
There's
know,
just-
like when he
there's
said,
so many
when he
traps.
said it is finished, you know, yeah, it is finished. He did it. He didn't do all he could do. He did everything that needed to be done, and all that wording is sophistry, and all this Yeshua stuff, and that's not how you spell Yeshua, by the way. That's how you say it. That's not how you spell it. I mean, if you're going to be grammatically correct, you should really, you know, get an ancient Hebrew, so that you can insert the sacred names into. Yeah.
Yeah.
See what happens when you start going down that road?
So.
It becomes complicated, and
Well-
it's not complicated. It's very simple.
You had a friend who sent you a letter a long time ago,
Mark said he
who
identifies
was
as
actually
a large orange flower pot.
who's actually a Jew, and he told you all about what it was like
Yeah.
to live under Jewish law.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if you understand what that really is about,
Yeah.
you know, it's nothing what It's nothing like the interpretation that some of these modern people have put on, like keeping the law and you're observing Torah in your own way, kind of, sort of ish.
Hear and do. How? Okay.
Hear-
When? Okay. Hear and do. How do you have children? And if any of them have been rebellious, have you stoned them? When was the last time you stoned a sodomite? Okay. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you burnt a sacrifice at the temple in Jerusalem? That temple doesn't exist, so we don't have to sacrifice anymore. Oh, Levites don't exist, so we don't have to sacrifice anymore. How does that work? You can't pick and choose. You got to do it all, or you can't do none of it. And it says if you offend in one, you've offended in all. And if you're not doing it, you're offending it. Okay? And you can't do it. And it's because Christ did it. The veil is gone. Why was the veil rent in twain from top to bottom? That was to absolve the observance. All right? God said, hey, Jews, in case you haven't figured this out, ripped it from top to bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna not from the bottom to the top, not where you can rip it, no, where I can rip it. Done. Don't bring yourself into bondage. Nobody's talking about like running around in yoga pants and getting high and all that stuff. But don't add to it. Why do you call yourself Baptist? Why would it block that?
I don't know. It's YouTube.
We call ourselves Baptist because we do what Baptist people have done since the apostles. That's why we call ourselves Baptist. John was a Baptist. I'm not going to sing the song, all right? But I'm just saying.
But we're not the new Fundy Baptists, though. That's like 1, 2, 3, repeat after me.
Speeding, well, first off, speeding is arbitrary, all right? It has nothing to do with the law. We're really doing a lot of conflating here, and I'm very much kind of libertarian.
Yeah, we're getting all kinds of mixed.
Yeah, and I don't want to offend any dispensationalists, but the current modern day state of quote unquote Israel, they're not. All right, I'm just gonna, that's a machination of the Rockefellers and NATO. And it's a geopolitical shenanigans, all right? And they were part of 9/11, okay? The dancing Israelis, right? The Mossad, okay? So modern day geopolitical, quote unquote, Israel is absolutely not Israel. And it's no more Israel than Hear and Do thinks she's an Israelite because she's doing 4/20 seconds of the law. It's just can't, how do you figure out how to pick and choose and which rabbi do you listen to? To know which one to pick and choose, and it's great.
And people that really try to.
Oh man, you're confused. Wow. Okay, we're gonna change the subject. That's some crazy stuff. Speeding, law of the land. Okay. Oh, Corey found blackberries and elderberries growing at the new house. Corey, you're in Tennessee, I think, if I remember correctly.
Can them up. Or freeze them, throw them in the freezer bags, and that's what we've been doing too. Put lots in the freezer bags.
Baptists avoid traditions. Not to say that traditions are bad.
Yeah.
But we don't celebrate holidays, and there's plenty of Baptists that quote unquote do celebrate holidays, Christmas, Halloween, and all that stuff. I'm not, I'm certainly not speaking for all Baptists, and there's lots of different kind of Baptists. There's a reason why we call ourselves historic, or what, if you want to call it, separated Baptists, if you do some reading. But a lot of Baptist history has been incredibly redacted.
Yep.
And when you study real Baptist history and the history of the Waldenses, Paulicians, and the Huguenots, and the Albigenses, and the Baptistic people throughout time, you learn a lot, and it also it completely dissolves the whole dispensationalism as well.
Right, and we're called to come out of the world, so we don't celebrate all of the man-made things.
And we're not
of the
oneness,
world.
so we're not oneness. So don't talk to me about Matthew 28 and what is the name of the Father and Son and the Holy Ghost, and it's one name and it's Jesus. No, we're not oneness either. We are absolutely Trinitarian, and this oneness heresy has been around since the 1st century as well.
Yes.
And I mean, so we are, many would say that we are obviously orthodox in doctrine. We're not orthodox with the Catholic Church, and we don't think, and Trinitarianism absolutely did not start with the Catholic Church, and there's plenty of writings by Tertullian and other ancient Christians that clearly delineate the Trinity. So,
Where is Buddy? Well, he's working on a big giant project. Actually, I think it's finished, and he's just been sitting around enjoying his project out there.
Yeah, pretty much all holidays have pagan roots, so that's one of the reasons why we don't celebrate holidays. The only holiday kinda that we celebrate is Thanksgiving. So
right.
Yeah.
And I guess that's technically a holiday because the government said it was.
but that's it.
Is that the law of the land? I'm gonna start. You're gonna get me going now.
Yeah. We don't do all the Hallmark holidays. We don't do all of
No.
the holidays where you would buy gifts and cards and all of those things. We don't observe all of those
No, we
things.
don't do that stuff.
Because we're not of this world and we don't follow all the traditions of the world. And because that's what church history teaches you, is that those people didn't observe all of the things that were going on in their day and age either.
Yeah, they were separatists. They were separated.
Yeah, they didn't. There was lots of different holidays and things all through the ages, but
Oh boy, what's my eschatology? Now that's an interesting question. What is my eschatology?
we're gonna have a long. We have to do a series.
Okay. We are premillennial. Okay,
You
we're
did it in a nutshell.
premillennial.
We've already said we're not oneness and we're not Hebrew roots.
Well, they're asking our
and-
eschatology
yeah,
here.
I know.
So-
I'm
so
just saying.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We're
Yeah.
we're knocking all these
We're
things out.
delineating. Okay.
ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
sorry.
definitely not. What's that? We're not dispensational. You know, we don't believe in different dispensations of grace. I believe in the word dispensation. It's used in Scripture, and I believe in the way that it's used in Scripture. But I don't believe that there's all these different dispensations. I believe that Hebrews tells us, you know, the Old Testament saints were saved just like the New Testament saints. The Old Testament saints, by faith, they were saved by faith. They weren't saved by killing lambs and slatting blood or any of that stuff.
The everlasting gospel.
The Bible says that the blood and bulls and goats would remit sin, that Christ would never had to come, right? But Christ fulfilled all that. You see how it works? It just flows from the Old Testament. Check this out. The Old Testament, which is why they don't like using the terms, is old. And the New Testament is new. And it's a testament. It's not, and that's why they try to use the renewed covenant. So they say the old covenant. So they'll use the old covenant, and then they'll say the renewed covenant. It's all sophistry because a lot of it was designed by Jesuits, and they like to do doublespeak, right? And they like to destroy sound doctrine. So that's why we don't, just like all this oneness modalism stuff, where they do all this sophistry and they say God's not a name. God has many names. The everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace, right? You could go right through that whole passage. There's all different kinds of names for God. There's all different kinds of names for Christ, the Lord Jesus Christ. Oh, their titles and blah, blah, blah. I am the way, the truth, and the light. I am the door. I am the bread of life, right? Christ has many names. And we don't cast spells. We don't do incantations. We're not worried about saying it properly, all right? That's not in Scripture. And you can't isolate a passage to establish your doctrine. It creates issues, creates problems. Do I see your question about your garden?
No, we didn't see it pop up. It must have been
Go
up.
back.
See, and I agree with Chris Olvard. And Chris Olvard's a Protestant. And I agree with my Protestant brothers.
Where's it?
Beth Mitchell. Oh,
Beth Mitchell.
Oh,
I don't
go
see.
up. Let's see. Scroll
I
up.
don't see.
We've been trying not to skip anybody.
Yeah, I didn't see it, Beth. Hey, Beth, could you cut and paste your... Yeah, it's not in here.
It's not in here. It's the YouTubes, man.
It might.
It
be.
does that.
I just don't see it.
And I would even agree with Chris's use of the word dispensation there. But I'm not a dispensationalist. And neither is Chris probably.
Well,
Especially if you...
some people might not even be familiar with, like, I would call it like hyper dispensationalism.
Yes, eschatology's end times. I'm familiar with the word, and I was saying that we are premillennial, so we do not believe that the millennial reign of Christ has occurred. I can't buy the fact that Satan is bound and loosed and all that stuff, and I realize how our Reformed brethren want to claim that that's Reformation and stuff, and you can make it work if you twist it real hard. But I have a good preacher friend that's a historical premillennial, and I can go along with a lot of that. I definitely think I don't think that there's going to be the Great Tribulation or anything like that. If there is, we're going through it, all right? So we don't believe in some kind of Willy Wonka, pre-trib, whatever. So I would say that that's I would say that anybody that says they have their eschatology figured out probably probably doesn't. Because the closer I got to figuring mine out, I do know what's not, I do have certain things figured out that I know that I completely disagree with. But there's a whole lot that I can still question and wonder about. But I've never seen anybody, oh yeah, it all happens like this, and there isn't a chart, y'all. And Larkin was a Jesuit. I don't even think that guy was saved. Larkin, Schofield definitely wasn't saved. All right, and all these people jiving with the Schofield notes, and that guy was a stinking heretic. And Larkin has a lot of weird, crazy stuff. And Larkin even credited the Jesuits for the pre-trib rapture thing. All right. Do you see it now? No. What in the world?
I know. I don't know.
Beth, we see you saying it in all caps, like, do you see it? And then we say, did you see my question? Beth, are you messing with us?
YouTube.
What's your question? I'm really excited about a garden question.
Just re-type up your question.
Looking
Or
forward
copy and
to
paste.
The rapture of the church. I'm looking forward to seeing Christ. Rapture. I mean, I believe there's a catching away. You know, I believe I believe, okay, from Scripture, the catching away, I believe that when Christ is only going to return, Christ only has one second coming, right? And there's only one last trump, right? And I believe when Christ returns, we meet him in the air, and I believe it's when he's coming back down to establish his millennial kingdom, all right? And I think, you know, and then if you want to like turn that millennial kingdom into something else, okay, this kind of can go a different direction. But the way I see it is there's only one second return of Christ, there's only one last trump, and he's coming, and we're going to meet him in the air at the last trump. And I believe when he's coming back. He's not coming to just like snatch us out of the sky and go back to heaven. So he's coming back, so we meet him in the air, we follow him back down here, he establishes millennial kingdom. That's the way I see it. And there's not a chart.
There's your question.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. I need help. We adopted your way of gardening this year. There was your first mistake.
Yeah.
Doing one of our recommendations.
Okay.
Containers. We are not harvesting anything. We are in East Texas.
Oh.
Yeah, we've harvested
Love it.
lots of
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we got green beans going on crazy out there.
Green beans, tomatoes.
What did you plant? What was your
Yeah, that's-
soil?
Yeah.
What did you plant in? Did you just...
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. Like, what the soil that we used, I mean, we've been working on. We've been working and fertilizing that soil for over
Pretty much
Yes.
topsoil.
Yeah,
It's pretty much like actual
probably 4 or
compost.
5 years.
Yeah.
So
Very high grade.
And even with the soil that we had in place in the garden, which is what I filled all the grow bags with, even to that, we amended that, and then we added fertilizer to that,
and peat moss.
and peat
mulch.
moss and mulch, and I continue to make up my own brew of my liquid fertilizer, and I'm adding that into those grow bags so that way they're getting fed. So that would be my question: if you're not getting fruit or vegetables being produced, what's going on with your soil? I would ask that. And if you got bagged
And
soil,
when did you plant?
when did you
too?
plant? And then if you got bagged soil, you're definitely going to be needing to add to that. You're going to be wanting to compost, and I just been composting in separate containers and buckets, and then just taking that out and adding that back into my grow bags.
Of the bulk garden soil amended, added
Okay.
kale poop and fertilizer every week.
Oh, okay, good.
So,
Are you?
did they say what they planted?
Do you have? You're talking about our system. We got a few different systems out there going on. Are you talking about in grow bags, in containers, set in containers in water? Are you talking about the
Just in containers?
or grow bags in kiddie pools?
We were able to get the shirt done for her. We didn't get the shirt done for you yet.
No, not yet.
We'll do it. Goob slacking.
Poor guy.
Doesn't
He's
do
been
anything.
yeah.
We'll
And
do
is it a watering issue? I'm trying to understand.
Just containers.
Just
What's-
containers.
Added quill poop.
Do you
Just
have
containers.
holes in the containers to
Now, you're saying you
Oh,
fertilize
so
every
you
week.
did not put grow bags in the containers. You filled containers with dirt
What
and
was it?
planted in them. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think.
And like, what's
Just containers. Yeah.
so what's the problem? Are the plants not growing, or
they're drying out, probably.
or I'm not quite sure.
Not sure. Are they drying out? Is water the issue then? I don't have just dirt in containers. I have this.
Well,
Yes, we planted.
So they added holes. They did drill it
Huh.
so it would drain.
yeah, but they didn't put it in grow bags.
Right.
Yeah, but we planted our potatoes
So what's
straight in the dirt.
Are you able to keep it watered like that?
They in a hot area like this guy's saying in Houston, yeah, it's gonna when it's too hot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Are you?
They are beautiful with blooms, making no fruit.
Oh, well maybe they're just not quite there yet. That's all. If they're
Yeah.
blooming,
They planted them, they said just after Good Friday. When's that? When was that?
I don't know. We don't
Um,
celebrate Good Friday. When was that?
yeah.
That's right before.
April.
Yeah. Is it?
Probably, yeah.
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 You
Water
planted it in
every
April,
day.
March. Oh, okay. That's a
Well,
little.
if the plants
Yeah.
are growing and they're blooming, you're gonna
When did
get
we plant? We
fruit.
planted in March.
You just got to wait.
Mm-hmm.
So we planted around March,
Yeah,
early
we planted
March.
earlier than y'all, so we're
Yeah.
harvesting earlier.
So-
So you just gotta hang in there, keep it
And-
wadded.
And if the plants are growing and blooming and stuff, they
Then
should
you're
be.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they should
way.
As
be.
long
Yeah, and
as
just-
you have
just have fruit.
pollinators.
Yeah, you gotta make, I would
Just-
stay out there for a little bit and see if bees or any wasps are coming there and actually
to
pollinating.
pollinate. If not, you might need to hand pollinate. And you can hand pollinate like tomatoes and things like that. And you can just use like a little electric toothbrush even, and just kind of that vibration of just buzzing it, from flower to flower. You can look up videos on that. I don't really have to do that because we have a lot of honeybees here, and wasps and all different things that pollinate for us. So yeah, but if you're having flowers, when you put the dirt right into the containers, that's not my method that I did. I put it into the grow bags. I used my containers as my watering system. So not saying that you're doing it wrong. It can absolutely work. It's just that you're gonna have to be really diligent to keep that watered. I don't know if you have like a watering system. Did you attach sprinklers, or I don't know how you're going about keeping that watered. You might even need to move it to a shadier area. If
They
it,
said they have seen wasps on all this stuff,
oh, okay, cool.
which that's good.
Yeah.
Like white Anglo-Saxons or like the insect.
So, if it gets to be that you can't keep it watered and keep the water maintained, you can always add mulch to the
Oh,
top.
they have drip tape.
Oh,
okay.
you're good.
You're good.
Okay.
I think you're set.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think you just have to
I just
think
gotta
you just
wait
gotta
it out.
wait to yeah.
Might just come on later.
Did they say this was their first year gardening?
I don't know.
This is their first year doing container gardening.
Oh, okay.
And don't forget, like I went back today and added more pine needles to different like
Oh.
tomato plant bins.
And did you all plant from seed starting after Good Friday in April, because a lot of our like tomato
Were
plants
starts.
and cucumber stuff was starts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it was actually already
So,
in
that's a
yeah.
good point.
and it was already
Yep.
like 4 inches high.
So yeah,
And established.
if you planted in at Good Friday or whatever,
Just seeds.
then it might, it could be weeks behind.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
don't forget to mulch because
Yes.
that's gonna help
Keep the water.
keep your water and your
And the
moisture
weeds.
level and your weeds.
a little bit. I mean, they're still in containers,
The
but
moisture is going to be the big thing.
Yep.
Going into June, July,
Yeah, they
August.
did their own starts, so they did starts. They
Okay.
planted them as starts.
okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna make it, I think, probably.
Yeah,
As
you
long as
got-
it don't get too hot.
You
Yeah.
they got their watering system in place.
If they're not dead, you're doing good.
Yeah. If they're
So-
not shriveling up and dying, you're fine.
That's cool. And actually, your containers might last longer than mine because you actually
See you,
have
Chris.
dirt in your containers. I didn't do
Good
that.
having you on, Chris.
So my plastic containers might not hold up as long because they're not filled with dirt, and the dirt keeps the plastic moist, so
But
it'll
you
last
have
longer.
water in your plastic.
I do have water in
But
there.
only like an inch.
Yeah, and that sun is brutal though on the plastic. So that's the way she's doing it is better for the plastic. I don't know that we don't have the watering system like that though. So
Yep.
Hey, Brother Carl, how you doing? We will have a blessed Lord's Day, brother. This year the wind has been so high and so dry here. Alex Solis, why are everybody jumping on here at the end? I think we're winding down, y'all. I think we're gonna land this crazy train. The plane is coming in for landing.
You'll have to go back and rewatch.
You have to go back and watch.
It was a crazy live stream.
It's a little crazy live stream, a little bit of doctrine, a little bit of homesteading.
Hey, that's doctrine.
Almost
on
made me
Tuesday.
preach. You almost made me preach.
Wait, the
Wait,
end.
the end.
Wait.
Not the end of the world, just the end of the live stream, all right? We were talking eschatology. Okay, so
Keep going.
keep going. Well, we got to eat the tremendous barbecue.
See you.
We'll see y'all. Okay, Curly Q, Stooge, Carlos, Beth Mitchell, Alex. We need more preparedness videos, Texas Mom. Brother Carl, Beth, Chris Ovard's already all probably. Prep for Eternity. The Honeydew, Texas. Gerald. Come on, Gerald, stop slacking. You got to be on at the beginning, man. Cheyenne, we'll be praying for you. I hope that, I'm assuming that's how you say Cheyenne, right? Beth Mitchell. Eagle Lover, Texas. I love the names. Acres. Matt's going to make you that t-shirt, Acres, all right?
See you, Mark.
Yep, Mark Edwards.
Mark Edwards, Cassie Davis,
Jaggy Thistle.
John Safford, Jose Robles. All right, did we get everybody? I think we got everybody that's here hanging out to the bitter end. Corey Wassel, Simply Jan. All right, Andrew Connor, Caitlin's Family Farmstead. We'll see y'all. See y'all in the next video. Bye.
See y'all.